Okay, so I'm going to talk about the big idea up front, which is if we are trying to find the point that is on the y-axis, all points on the y-axis have an x-coordinate of 0. That is 0, comma 10, that is 0, comma 5, that is 0, comma negative 5, because you're saying from the origin to get to one of these points, how far do we go left or right? And we go 0 units left or right. Okay, so to be on here, we have x is 0. If we put 0 in for x, we'd get 0 plus y, which is just y. So we can say, I can split this up into y equals negative 4, and I can also say, what if we were on the x-axis? Well, all points on the x-axis from the origin do not go up or down at all. You just move left or right. Left or right means you're going to have some number for x, but for y, since you don't go up or down, you just have 0 for y. 0 is the number of units you move up or down from the origin on your way to the point, and you don't move up or down. So that 0 for y, that would make this 0, and then you would get x equals negative 4. That means on the y-axis, put a point at negative 4. On the x-axis, put a point at negative 4. Now you have 2 points, and you can use your line tool to connect them. And you just need to put arrows on the end to show that it goes on forever. I need to adjust mine a little bit to make sure it goes to the points right. And I'm done. Okay. You're going to take each part of this, the x term, set it equal to the constant. Separately, you're going to take the y term, set it equal to the constant. Okay, so I'm going to take my x term equal to the constant, and already you can see the answer right away. It says on the x-axis, put a point at 9. Okay, and then separately, I'm going to take my y term, 3y, and I'm going to set that equal to the constant of 9. You can see that this one we actually have to solve for. And we get y equals 3, meaning on the y-axis, put a point at 3. Now we've got 2 points that we can connect. Put arrows on the end. And we're done. Okay, standard form. We're going to take the x term, 5x, set that equal to the constant. And of course we need to solve for it, for what x is, by dividing by the coefficient. X equals 3, meaning on the x-axis, put a point at 3. Then we take the y term, negative 3y, and set it equal to the constant. We have to solve for this one too. Negative 3y divided by negative 3 equals 15 divided by negative 3, or y equals negative 5. That means on the y-axis, put a point at negative 5. Take our line tool, connect them. And we are essentially done with this one. See how easy it is? Let's keep going. Okay. Take our x term, set it equal to the constant. We have to solve for this one. That means on the x-axis, put a point at negative 1. Now take your y term, set it equal to the constant. We need to solve for this one by dividing by the coefficient, which is negative 1. And we get y equals 10, meaning on the y-axis, put a point at 10. Okay? It's a pretty steep line. That's okay. We're going to take our line tool, Run it through those points, put arrows at the end, call it good. Okay, take our x term, set it equal to the constant, solve for x. That means we put on the x-axis a point at -2. That's the x-intercept. Take the y term, set that equal to the constant. And this one's already solved for. That just says put a point on the y-axis at -6. Take our line tool, connect them, and done. One more to go. Okay, we're going to take our x term, set it equal to the constant, and solve. On our x-axis at -5, we put a point, that is the x-intercept. Take the y term, set it equal to the constant, solve by dividing by the coefficient, and you get y equals 4. We found the y-intercept at 4. Now we will take our line tool, you will take your ruler, connect those points. It's a little tricky to adjust this line once you draw it, but you're going to do well because you're going to draw yours using a ruler and lining it up nicely. There we go. That's how you do graphing an equation in standard form.